What's going on, people? Tonight we're doing a new format. I'm gonna put on the screen right now. Actually, let me see here. I'm gonna put on the screen the topics we're going to cover tonight. Let me see here. So those are the topics. They're coming from you guys. So just take a look at all. We've got 6 up on the screen. They'll rotate through. We'll get started in maybe 5 to 10 minutes here. But these are the topics we will go over tonight and just have a little discussion. Try to switch it up a little bit, do a different format, see how it works, and get your feedback as well. We'll be starting here in a second, people. Yo, again, guys, tonight, different format. We're going to go off of the 6 topics that I gathered from this past week. So if you guys want to chime in on any of those, let me know. Topic number 1 is actually I'm going to show you this really quickly. I hope I can do this correctly. So topic number 1 is from a letter that the Committee on Banking, Housing, and Urban Affairs sent Mark Zuckerberg from Facebook. And they had a couple of questions for him. At the bottom, you'll see those questions. There are 2 of them on page 1, and page 2 has a few more. So we can go through that if you like. I don't know if you guys heard about this letter or not. Got to give a shout out to Chaos in the Webbot room for dropping this to me. So we can go through that if you guys would like. But we will be starting here shortly. Make sure you guys call in. The number is 669-900-6833. I think I got my chat working correctly now so I can see you guys on the screen. Let's hope that it works or continues to work. It just stopped working all of a sudden the other night or last weekend. No doubt. Shout out to all my people out there. Will, LT Perozzi. We got James D, Smooth Talking Hank. Hope everyone is doing well on this Father's Day evening. I should say Father's evening. So again, call in, guys, to chat with me. The number is 669-900-6833, and the code is 169-861-119. For those just joining, we're doing a new format tonight again. We're going to discuss 6 topics that I curated from this past week from you guys. Comments that you made on my video or that I caught in the Telegram rooms. So make sure you check those out and be ready to discuss them for tonight. You guys just give me a call. That would be great. 669-900-6833, and the code is 169-861-119. What's up, Dolphin 134? How are you, man? I almost said 138. I don't know why. Dolphin 134. Lalel, I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. You're from NZ. Unfortunately, I do not have, I do have an international phone number, but I can't pull that up right now. So I'll try to make sure next time I have the international calls available for you guys. So, all right, let's go ahead and get started. Looks like we've got a caller on the line here. Let me fade this music back and we're gonna get cracking here. All right, call on the line. It's your boy Crypto Blood. Talk to me. Anyone there?
Hello.
Hey. What's going on tonight? How are you?
Hey, man. I see one of the topics you're talking about is U.S. people just giving up.
What number was that one? I can't remember here. You recall? Was it number 4?
No, I just read it on the title of the live thing.
Okay, so let's talk about that, man. Let's talk about that. So,
what kills me is, I'm out here in California.
Okay.
And it's like the general thing is for people to just do the small part that they're told they can do to change something, which is voting.
Oh my God. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Keep
right,
going.
But it never helps, and it don't go anywhere.
No, man. The money makes the world go round, right? So voting, lobbyists kind of circumvent that, in my opinion.
Yeah. It's the whole thing is a joke, but that's the extent of it. Nobody goes any further.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
So how do you?
I mean, it gets even worse than that. You remember when the Tea Party thing, like a decade ago, was kind of big for conservative folks, and libertarians are getting into all that. Here, I live in Ventura County here in Southern California. We were all meeting, in front of the government center, rallying and, waving flags and shaking bells. And it was all good. It looked great. But they stuck a mole up in our little group. And it was crazy. I was realizing this slightly during and then after what happened, but she took us off to start having our meetings in a secluded place in a park on the edge of town, and started bringing bands, and it turned into a party for libertarians and everybody to have beers at, and we weren't reaching anybody anymore. And it's that same type of thing that happens over and over and over. And we stay in a box, and we do what we're told, and we don't reach outside of that ever. And that's the same reason we're going to lose all these exchanges. I've been preaching local Bitcoins to everybody I know for the last 4 years, Hey, stop playing on these exchanges and don't do this and that. The first Bitcoins I bought was from somebody in person.
Nice.
And
now let's talk.
Town,
let's talk about localbitcoins.com, because I don't know if you're aware, but they've pretty much closed down their cash business, so you can no longer.
Yeah, heartbreaking, man. What are we gonna do now? I mean,
so one of the topics, and it's funny you bring that up. One of the topics tonight that I curated from you guys was actually, let me see if I can scroll through here and find it. It was about local Bitcoins. I think it's number 6 here. So number 6, we've got here, and this is from my video about Roger Ver creating a new P2P exchange. Have you heard about it?
Yeah, I heard about it from you. Nobody else is talking about it.
Okay, so what are your thoughts about that? I mean, I don't know what your feelings are about Roger Ver, if you if you like him or not, but we got to give him credit for at least doing this, opening this possibility for us, because I reported on this before I started hearing about all of these exchanges changing their regulatory stance on U.S. citizens. So now that that's happened, this looks more attractive, does it not?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I don't like Roger Ver. His personality, everybody says, hey, he's done a lot for the space. I'm sure he has long before I was in it. I mean, but still, I wish he was a different person.
Right. Same.
I really wish he was a different character and persona, but hey.
Same here. Same here.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, so would you be interested in using local.bitcoin.com now that we're seeing, all of these exchanges kind of close up on us?
Yeah, absolutely. I ran and looked at it right away when I heard about it on your YouTube channel, and it looked like it was all about Bcash, but
yeah, it is, but that's fine. You can always take your Bcash and move it over, correct? So I don't know, man.
Yeah, but it's just more trading, as we know. Every trade's a taxable event. I'm more of at most a swing trader, mostly, an investor, but still, if I want to hook somebody up locally and I want to play that game, I got to go jump in some Bcash and do all this and that. But, it is what it is.
So,
it's better than nothing.
Do you think...
We can't complain, but...
Right, it's better than nothing. But with this kind of what's going on with Bittrex, with Binance. Do you see Bitcoin Cash seeing a surge in price because people will start to flee to local.bitcoin.com and begin buying Bitcoin Cash to get into the markets without any KYC? That could be a possibility,
True,
right?
But those of us who feel the way we do, I think, are few. So
right.
I don't think it's going to make a big splash, or there's not any fireworks for folks like us. But
that's true.
But my question is, how long is he gonna? Is he just taking advantage of that thing you just explained and get a little pump for himself? And will he have the balls to stand up for us, really, and keep that around? Is he going to take it to court?
Good question.
I don't know.
I don't think so. I can't see him standing up to the long arm of the law, especially the United States. I mean, our jurisdiction is the globe pretty much. They can sanction countries and do all types of stuff to, make them kind of fall in line with our regulatory stance on things. So that was the first thing I said. I'm like, how is this going to be sustainable?
Yeah,
I don't see.
I guess take advantage of it while it's here. It's one stone to hop on, and hopefully another one pops up, I guess. But
yeah, we'll see.
How about like Changely and those couple of things? I wonder how long that's going to keep going on, where you can kind of trade by proxy.
Yeah, so I use Atomic Wallet, and they use like 3 different services, Chainly being one of them. We'll see. I don't know.
Atomic Wallet, do they get you for the trade there? Like a couple of those wallets where you can hold all kinds of coins, and they use something like Changely, but they, it's better to go around them leaving the wallet. You don't use their little built-in buttons.
Yeah, it's a built-in swap feature. You can use.
Atomic Wallet doesn't hurt you too bad?
No, it's not too bad. Fees aren't too bad at all. Nope.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
Is that a desktop?
Yeah, it's a desktop. Yep.
Oh, sweet. I didn't know about that one.
Yeah. Check it out, and maybe, maybe that'll be another option.
Hey, well, God bless you, Blood. You're the man. Appreciate everything you do. And
all right, brother. Thanks for calling in. Thanks for the chat.
All right. You have a good night.
Yep. All right. There we have it. First caller in. I mean, he brings up good points, I don't know, man. I feel like we're kind of giving up in the crypto game. We got to get that fire back under us, people, to try to make this a new frontier for money, for finance, and not allow things to be as they were in the old system. Call me up, 669-900-6833. The code is 169-861-119. Let me know, do you like this new format? Letting us talk about comments that you guys drop in the in my videos on a weekly basis. You guys really drop some really nice comments, and I think it'll be a great platform to talk about those on the Off the Chain sessions. So I think I'm going to stick with this. You guys let me know, and make sure you hit that thumbs up, click that bell if you're not subscribed. So let's see here. I think I saw Litecoin Moses in the house. He's actually one of the topics for tonight. Let's see if we can get Litecoin Moses to call in tonight. That would be great to get him to call in and talk about. Let's skip over to his. This is what Litecoin Moses said, and this was deep, people. So he pretty much found out, and I have this actually on my screen. I'll switch over to that in a second. But he said that let's see if I can get back to it. Litecoin Moses basically said that he found out that the ledger is actually tracking everything you do with your cryptos and will send your information to third parties. He says nothing has changed, guys. Decentralization is looking he says decentralization is looking more like a pipe dream. What do you guys think? I didn't know about this. This was some some heavy news right here that he dropped on me. Did you guys know that the ledger was actually tracking your activity and selling to third parties? So I'm going to show you guys right now where this is stated in their terms of service. So if we take a look here, you'll see at the bottom, point number 12. See if I can get this to go away. So recipients of personal data. It says, in certain circumstances and where required by law, we may transmit your data to compete or to be competent administrative or judicial authorities or any other authorized third parties. This is bad. I didn't even know about this. And again, this is just showing us that blockchains can be used for good and for bad. And if it's being used for bad, well, it can really hurt us big time, in my opinion, because now everything is on the ledger, is on the blockchain, it's all trackable. And I don't think that's going to end up a good situation for us. Make sure you guys call in 669-900-6833. It'd be great to get Litecoin Moses on the line to talk about this further. The code is 169-861-119 after you dial that number. Let's see if we got anyone on the line yet. No one yet. So yeah, I mean, I personally think this is horrible. And you know, he brought this to my attention, I think earlier today. And it was around the time when I've been dropping videos about just privacy and what's been going on in the crypto space. So it looks like the circle is definitely closing in on us, and we need to figure out what we're going to do about that, people. Some of the other articles or comments that I brought up for tonight was this here one from Chaos in the Web Bar Room. That was a good one as well. So he's his article or a post essentially is talking about questions that the government had for Mark Zuckerberg, and we can bring that up right now. Let's see if I can scroll back. So yeah, it says the Senate has some questions for Facebook and its new currency, and I'm going to bring that up right now so we can take a look at those questions here on the screen. So as you can see here, the Committee of Banking and Housing and Urban Affairs. So their questions accordingly, they say, please respond to the following. How would this new cryptocurrency-based payment system work, and what outreach has there been to financial regulators to ensure it meets all legal and regulatory requirements? Second, what privacy and consumer protections would users have under the new payment system? Like you really care. Thirdly, what consumer financial information does Facebook have that it has received from a financial company? Fourth, to the extent Facebook has received consumer financial information from a financial company, what does Facebook do with such information, and how does Facebook safeguard the information? Fifth, we've got, does Facebook share or sell any consumer information or information derived from consumer information with any unaffiliated third parties? Well, we know Ledger does. Does Facebook have any information bearing on an individual's or group of individuals' credit worthiness, credit standing, credit capacity, character, general reputation, personal characteristics, or mode of living that is used to establish eligibility for or marketing of a product or service related to credit, insurance, employment, or housing? And then lastly, they have a question: how does Facebook ensure that information bearing on an individual's group or group of individuals' credit worthiness, credit standing, credit capacity, character, general reputation, personal characteristics, is not used in violation of the Fair Credit Reporting Act? Those are really soft questions. Really not. I mean, they're all surface questions in my opinion that would probably get a boilerplate answer. You know, I don't see anything that is really going to challenge them, in my opinion. What do you guys think? Let me jump over to the chat room and see what you guys are talking about here. So we've got a little troll box is saying, so anyone that coins, I don't know what he means, in the bad list, they just dumping. I'm not sure what little troll is talking about there. Omnibone says decentralization is there if you properly do the research. I agree. It is there. But you got to remember, man, if we're talking about mass adoption, most people are what? They're kind of lazy. They don't want to do a lot of research. It has to be, the decentralization has to be built into the protocol and has to be easy enough for people to adopt right away. He says stop using Ledger. I agree. I really think that people should literally stop using Ledger because they are siphoning off your information. Like, they're no better than Facebook. It's like, literally, they are no better than Facebook. No better. So let's see what else we got in the chat room. I'm trying to scroll up a little bit here. I saw Litecoin Moses come in. So Litecoin Moses actually said that he didn't know whether or not that was the case, but he was more so posing the question. And what I'm referring to is his statement on Twitter where he was asking about this whole terms of service in part 12 in the terms of service for Ledger. It pretty much looks like that's the case to me. I mean, I'm not a lawyer, but I mean, that looked like they would sell your information if need be to third party. So I say stop messing with Ledger. Stop messing with Ledger. And on top of that, we all should probably go ahead and start looking at the terms of services for all of these hardware wallets and desktop wallets, to be honest with you, because they all could be doing it. We don't know. So that's something that we should definitely start to look at a little bit closer. Let me see if we don't have anyone on the line yet. If you guys want to call in, I know I've got 63 people on the live stream right now. The number is 669-900-6833. The code is 169-861-119. Make sure you guys call in. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of the other topics. There were some interesting ones that I caught this week and I want to definitely bring up. So this one from Mr. 9, he sent this 2 days ago. He said, for U.S. persons, every crypto to crypto trade is a taxable event. The IRS has no way of going after most people who aren't reporting this unless Americans are restricted to regulated exchanges that will rat you out. See Coinbase. He says use Monero, Bisq, Wasabi Wallet, Samurai Wallet, and let's not forget why we are here. Amen to that. Amen to that. I agree with him wholeheartedly. We can't forget why we're here, not to evade or anything like that. It's just about having privacy, right? Don't we want privacy? Don't we want independence from the central banks? It's not that you're hiding something for illegal reasons or anything like that. You just want to be able to have privacy with your funds, with your money. People can't, institutions can't freeze your accounts with cryptocurrencies if they're in your hand. You're your own bank. All of those things are what really got me interested in Bitcoin years ago. So Nick Taylor says Ledger Nano S The S is for snitch. Correct. Correct. I love that, Nick. Absolutely. Man, Omnibone says S equals sell your info. Man, this is crazy, man. I can't believe this, guys. Cannot believe this. So again, stop using Ledger ASAP. ASAP, people. And find another wallet. And we need to really check the terms on all of them. I'm gonna be honest with you. I haven't looked at the terms and services of many of these hardware wallets. So, this topic that Litecoin Moses brought up really brought to the forefront, even for me. Like, I gotta start looking at this stuff and seeing what is going on behind the scenes in fine print. I need to know. So it looks like we've got a caller on the line. Let's see who it is. It's your boy Crypto Blood. Welcome to the show.
Hello.
Who's calling in?
Hello. How you doing today?
Good, man. What's the word?
I just tuned in. I saw you were live and hearing about this new information, seeing what's going on.
Yeah, man. What regarding Trezor? The Ledger wallet.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts, man? Let's pull that. I'm gonna pull that up again just to show that to everybody, and so we can all see this on the screen again. Again, it says here, in certain circumstances and where required by law, we may transmit your data to competent administrative or judicial authorities or any other authorized third party. What is any other authorized third party? That's anybody. What does that mean?
You can almost guarantee that they're going to do that because of the nature of cryptocurrencies to get around legislation, regulation, and all of the buzzwords.
Yeah.
When governments come around and say, "Hey, we want everybody that has a ledger because we want to track these people," you can almost guarantee that they're going to fold and bend over and let them and give them all that information.
Yeah. I agree, man. So, again, like, are you going to now look at all the hardware wallet terms and services that you use and see where your privacy stands? We never thought that we would need to do that with a hardware wallet, right?
Right.
I mean, I'm a software, quote unquote software engineer. I do more web development, but I went to school for software engineering. They could easily within their software, once you sync up to it from your computer, man, it's a lot they can do and track for sure.
Ooh, really?
Yeah, absolutely. And if it's in their terms of service, they're within all rights to do so.
Now, I know a lot of crypto YouTubers have affiliate links to Ledger. A lot of people say, Ledger, it's between Ledger and Treasure. It's either one. They say, I trust Ledger and I do this. And I'm not trying to throw dirt on them. We did not know this because over the years, Ledger has shown themselves to be a viable company, a trusted company, so forth and so forth. But now this puts a huge dent in their rep.
And the thing is, my man, this could be new. Terms of services get updated all the time. You get those emails, you never look at them, right? You ignore them, from the various services that you're signed up for. And I don't know when it got placed in there.
Yeah, just like when Tether changed their terms of service.
Absolutely.
People were on it.
Yeah.
Now you see people are on this.
Right.
But it's good to know that this community is full of people that look at terms of services.
Yeah, that's very true, man. I wonder if Litecoin Moses, did he come across this, or did someone else send this to him? But it was definitely a good catch by him, and he shared it with me on Twitter. So kudos to him for bringing that to my attention. I surely didn't know about it, man.
This is amazing.
Indeed.
Wow. All right.
So yeah,
All
man.
right.
Thanks for
So,
thanks for the call in, man, and definitely check in next week for another episode.
all right, Roger that. You take it easy.
All right, peace. So yeah, guys, man, it's scary out here in the crypto space right now. Some of the other, let's see, what else I've got here. So yeah, back to what Mr. Nine was saying, guys, regarding the IRS and them essentially with, you know, what we have with Binance, Bittrex. Today I talked about another exchange, all getting rid of U.S. citizens and kind of forcing us to use Coinbase. Binance is going to open their own U.S. based compliant exchange. I'm sure you can still use Kraken, but what do you guys think the government is doing or attempting to do with these types of moves in basically herding us all back to the States for any of our cryptocurrency transactions? What do you think their end goal, their game plan is with that? Let me know in the comments, or come on. Let's have a talk. 669-900-6833. 169-861-119 is the code after you call in. And again, I have to stress, like, it's not about doing illegal things or hiding illegal activities. That is, you don't have to want to be private because you're doing illegal activities. That's not don't let them trick you into it. Don't let them think, oh, I don't have anything wrong to do, so I might as well, I don't have anything to hide. So no, don't do that. Do not fall for that trick. Do not fall for that trick. Let's see what we got going on in the chat rooms. So it says, oh, I got my man Rad Vladdy is in the house now. He's saying very, very soon you'll be able to connect your Trezor directly to your own full node, not go through their server. Correct. So what's going on with most of these hardware wallets is you're connecting through their servers, and that's how we've had those issues with hackings, because the hacker basically intercepts that connection to their server and replicates it on a different server, and then asks you to basically give over your private keys for an update or whatever they want to do. That's how they're able to do that. So he's saying that in the very, very near future with Trezor, you'll be able to directly connect to your own full node and not go through their server. When your wallet goes through their full node, you've technically leaked some data. So there you have it. He's always giving great advice, Rad Vladdy. Thanks for that, Rad. Let's see what else we got here, people. It's kind of hard to read the comments and not be quiet, and be quiet, and it just gets real awkward. So I'd rather you guys call in and talk. RIA says, hello, Crypto Bud. What is happening with EOS? I have a small bag. I mean, EOS is good, man. They're scaling. They're going to be scaling to EOS 2.0. They have the best shot, hands down. There's no one even close. I saw an article today saying that Ethereum 2.0 will be out in 2020. I think fourth quarter of 2020. I highly doubt it, but that's what they're saying. EOS is ahead of the game, people, and you need to really start to recognize it. Yeah, come on and call back in, Fool with Money. We can talk about some of the other topics as well. That's not a problem. Tommy Brown says they see the space developing and they want a piece of the pie. Taxing you is how they do it. Squeaky G says those who are serious should begin to look into, I don't know what Cubis. OS is, or something similar. Running on a cheap dedicated laptop, you can go stealth with a dedicated machine just for crypto. You have to tell me more about that OS. I'm not too familiar with it. So Creasus says, what do you think about B1 requiring KYC for voice? I think that all KYC friendly platforms are going to hurt the crypto community. Most people don't care about privacy. I was heartbroken when I heard about that. I don't like it at all. It would be great to just have some type of account set up where it's biometrically signed by you, so that way you can only have one account that's biometrically signed to one individual. That technology is available on EOS.io. That's built in there. So I don't know why we couldn't go that route. The KYC route is a no-go for me. It's just it is really frustrating, people. Really frustrating. Let me see what we got here. Got a caller calling back in. Fool with money. What's going on, man?
Yeah, that's me. I know you want to do your show. I know you want us to participate. So I'll sit here and talk to audience.
Yeah, man.
I have no problem doing it.
So tell me, number 5 topic tonight was what is the best coin? This guy was asking, what was the best coin to buy right now? And what, in your opinion, what is the best coin that you're buying right now? Give me a couple of them.
Well, the boilerplate answer, the number one answer is always going to be Bitcoin.
Okay.
I know. Okay, you remember the 2017 bull run, right?
Yes.
It was magic. It was magical. Wherever you put your money at, you made money. All these logos were like M&Ms. You just hit to put $100 here, $100 there. Where the industry is changing. The crypto industry is changing.
It's maturing,
you see a lot
right?
Exactly. You hit it right on the head. So I always tell people, stay in the quote-unquote blue chip. Top 15, the top 25. But the number one answer is always going to be Bitcoin, because you can't have enough Bitcoin because of where it's projected to go. And
did you see my video from today about the price of Bitcoin and its relation to the halving events? Did you see that chart?
No, I didn't see it. Hold on, let me go to the channel.
Hold on, I'm gonna try to bring it up while we talk, man. It's fascinating, and it essentially shows. And I have to give credit to my man John B out on Twitter for that one. Let me see if I can bring it up really quickly. It essentially shows, man, that the next halving in 2020, Bitcoin will be near around 80,000 as the halving is occurring. And that sounds about right. I like that number. It's not a John McAfee number, right? It's not outlandish. But at the same time, I can see that happening. So I'm going to bring this up really quickly so you guys can see on the screen. You should see this modeling that I don't know who created this model, but it's pretty accurate. And they have this stock flow model price algorithm, and the blue line is that, and it essentially shows that as those dots represent the price of Bitcoin, but as they turn different colors, the blue means that we're days away or months away. Blue means 0 months away from halving. So once the blue hits, you see the price jump. And then we go back to red, so that shows that we're 40 months away from the halving. It kind of changes colors and goes, and it's done that pretty much every time. So the next jump should be, we're kind of like roughly 20 months away, something like that. But when we get closer, it should track this line that we see, and it should jump again to nearly $100,000 of Bitcoin. And that sounds right, man. I like that number. That sounds realistic. So, I think $9,000 Bitcoin sounds very cheap if you knew Hindsight, if we were at 100,000, you'd be like, damn, I wish I would have got more at 8,000, 9,000, right?
And right, you're exactly right. And you can even compare this to when there was a couple $100. People couldn't believe it. Like, wow, this thing came out of nowhere a couple of years ago. Now it's at $500. Where can it go? And then you hear all these noises saying, hey, Bitcoin will be at $10,000 in the future. And you're saying, oh, yeah, right. Didn't happen.
Man, listen, people were calling me crazy for buying it at $78.
Right.
So hindsight is always 2020, but when you're in it, it doesn't look as appealing, or you may have your doubts. But absolutely, man, at $78, $90, that stuff was expensive. Why would you spend $90 on a made up coin?
Right.
So,
and you would hear, they would say, why would you do this? And the pressure was insurmountable. Sometimes you would have doubt, like maybe they're right, but then you would say, no, they're not right. I'm right, and you'll have to stand your ground.
Yeah, you got to stand up for what you believe in, and I think a lot of people believe in the tech. I don't know what people nowadays believe in with this crypto stuff. I don't know if it's just pure speculation. It seems like it's more speculation than anything, a speculative play, because people aren't really adhering to the initial. I don't think people have read the white paper. They're not even adhering to what Satoshi's vision was for Bitcoin.
Right. So I don't think people are going to read it initially because it's so dry. And people will fall asleep trying to read it, so they may not read it, and they'll listen to a lot of other people say what Bitcoin is about.
Yeah, it sounds like religion too.
It is.
People won't read and search for themselves. They listen to someone else tell them what's right and what's wrong. Yeah, I don't know.
There was an article that came out. I don't know who did this article. I forgot. I forgot who said, but they said that only 1.3% of Bitcoin's 24-hour volume is used to purchase things. The rest of it is exchanges.
Oh, I believe that
wholeheartedly.
I believe that for sure. I believe that absolutely. So, that's where we are right now. And maybe it's just because we're in a young market. It's still, maturing. But we'll have to see, man. We'll have to see what happens. What other coins are you interested in other than Bitcoin? What would be another coin that you would say people, or at least you're buying? Not trying to give financial advice at all. But, let the audience know what coins you are also buying, as far as which ones are the best to you, in your opinion.
Well, I like Ethereum, especially when they're I won't say supposed to be, when they're moving to proof of stake.
Okay.
Now, I know you heard people say, well, the minimum number of Ether you got to have is 32 or 30. I want to say 32. So it's better to get them now before they're $3,000, $4,000, $5,000.
Mm-hmm.
Then there was an article that came out a while ago that talked about, Ethereum's going to proof of stake, and you'll be rewarded for staking your Ethereum, but the ROI may not be as high compared to other people who got in Ethereum at $12 or $1. But still, Ethereum is projected to make high prices. Me, I like to stay in the top 15. XRP has a love-hate relationship with the crypto.
Right, absolutely.
But it's funny. Yeah. But I also like XRP.
Okay. All right, cool. Greg Pitchard out there on YouTube, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate it, brother. Cool, man. So let me cycle through. I don't think we have anyone else calling in. I know it's Father's Day night. I just wanted to test this new format out. What are your thoughts about this one here? Number 6. We've got not number 6. Let me go to number 3. No, number 4. We haven't talked about number 4 yet. Number 4, Diverse City said 2 days ago on my Binance blocking US users video. He said, I can't help but think. Oh, let's see if I can go back. I can't help but think there may be a connection between Binance / US regulatory and the FBA, not FBA, but Facebook rollout of Libra. My impression is that I think he meant kleptocracy, I think he meant, is saying you can't have these coins in the US, but here's one you can have because we say so. It's their tried and true playbook to promote garbage that they can control. Better step in line, US crypto citizens. Here comes the IRS. So what are your thoughts about how Binance is dipping out, kicking US citizens off? Bittrex is kicking us off of many of the coins that they trade there on their exchange, and many others are following suit. Do you think there's any connection with that and US regulatory efforts and Facebook rolling out their whole thing, or you think those are separate events?
I think there is a connection between U.S. regulatory efforts and what Binance is doing, more so than it is a connection between U.S. regulatory efforts and Facebook coin. The reason I say that is because Binance has been trying to find a home, and they settled in Malta, but they were, I'll say, chased out of other countries before. Mm-hmm. And they settled in Malta because of the friendly regulations there. Mm-hmm. I think America gave Binance an option. We know that you're one of the biggest exchanges per trading volume and things like that. Or what also could have happened, Binance saw what was coming down the pike, and they made a move to say, hey, we already know this is going to happen. Let us be the first to get ahead of this, nip it in the bud, go to the U.S. and say, I know you all are trying to make regulations. We want to help you all regulate, and we'll do this.
Yeah, that definitely could be a possibility, man. So we'll have to see what happens with that whole situation. I'm kind of shocked that they're moving so fast, Facebook. And someone said, why are you shocked? Well, I'm shocked because, everyone in the government or the cabal there's kind of rubbing of heads or butting of heads within that whole organization, right? So everyone doesn't like everyone. Everyone doesn't get along with everyone. And there are groups within inside of that have their own agendas. I don't think that a Facebook coin is advantageous to, let's say, the Federal Reserve. Like, I don't see how that would help the Federal Reserve. I think that would be a threat to the Federal Reserve. Wouldn't you say so, or do you think those two can coexist?
Andreas Antonopoulos came out with a video and an article pertaining to this. And when I actually heard of Facebook coin, I said, no, come on, stop it. And as I'm like you, as time came about, time passed on, got more serious, and saw these articles. I'm like, wow, they pretty serious. Mm-hmm. And I saw Andreas talk about it, and him and other few people made a good point. Facebook coin is not competing against Bitcoin, is competing against the banks.
Yeah, that's what I say. That's exactly what I say. I think it's competing directly with the banks, and I don't see Wall Street liking that, and that's what I mean by everyone's not all on the same team. Don't get that twisted, people. Everyone is not on the same team, so I'm just a little surprised that they're moving so fastly. And I wouldn't be surprised if there's some pushback at some point, even if they roll it out. Let's say they say at the end of this month, which is crazy. Let's say they roll it out by the end of this month. I see some pushback, some stopping of the operation of that coin in the near future. I just do, man. I don't see the Facebook coin being good for the Federal Reserve.
Now, did you see the article that came out about 26 companies that signed up to become a node?
Yeah.
Did you see that article?
I didn't see the article. I do know a little bit about the whole process. It's $10 million to become a node provider, if you want to call it. That's a good. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. Just from a business standpoint, that's an excellent investment. I would do it if I wasn't trying to stand up for the people and stuff. $10 million, man, you're gonna make so much money off of that. In my opinion. So, yeah, that's a good proposition from a business standpoint.
Coinbase is one of them.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Coinbase is one of them.
Wow. Yeah, I did not know that. So that's interesting. What other companies are on that list? Do you know?
Top of my head, we already know Visa, MasterCard, Spotify, Uber, Lyft, Coinbase, eBay, Zappo.
Wow. This is
Mercy
crazy.
Corp. Yeah. And they said that because the Libra, okay, I want to take over your show or anything. This is your show.
No, go ahead. I don't have anyone in queue. We're good right now.
Okay. So from my understanding, Facebook went to Geneva, Switzerland to register with Libra Networks, LLC.
Yeah, they clicked up with some company over there, and they're doing the coding and everything. Correct. I think it's Switzerland.
So what they're going to do, they're supposed to make the announcement Tuesday and bring out the white paper. They're going to release the test net this year and roll out the actual functioning platform, Q1 next year.
Oh, okay.
Right.
That makes more sense.
Right. So,
okay.
Right. So once that happens, then they're going to turn over the quote unquote blockchain to Libra Networks, LLC. The companies that we know right now that are going to have a node and any other companies that are going to join in, they are going to have access to all the information on that quote-unquote global coin blockchain. That means transaction. That means everything. And you're right. That $10 million is a down payment to what all that information you're going to get people using this cryptocurrency.
Yeah, no, that's you're gonna get that back so quickly, man. Yeah, that's a no-brainer. I'm surprised more companies haven't signed up for it, but okay, that makes more sense that the test net will roll out maybe at the end of this month or whatever, and then they'll try to roll out next year sometime. So my theory on that is so this makes more sense. I think the government is going to roadblock them between the test net and them rolling out. I'm just telling you, Wall Street is not.
Yeah.
The banks, more so the banks are not going to be happy with a currency competing with their fiat currency. They're just not. I'm sorry. So we'll have to see what happens in the next month or so, and then basically by the end of this year, we'll see what happens. It's going to be interesting to see. So it looks like I got another caller, man. I'm gonna go. I thank you for calling in. That was a great conversation. Thank you for calling back in,
problem.
and definitely look forward to hearing from you next week.
All right, now, hey, you have a good one.
You too. Caller on the line. It's your boy Crypto Blood. Welcome to the show.
What up, good?
What's going on?
It's Moses.
Litecoin Moses.
Yeah,
The
what's
man,
up, man?
the man, the myth, the legend. So let's talk. Let's talk about this. Your comment, man. That was crazy, man. I did not know about this. What are your thoughts, man? All right, off the bat, what are your thoughts about that? Are you gonna stop using Ledger? Give me some feedback on that.
I'm not surprised because you think about it, Ledger makes a product and they sell that product. So how do they continue to make money? They have to be selling your information to third parties.
Very true. Where's the monetization after? That's very true. Very true. Didn't think about that.
So and then on top of that, like a lot of people in this space, they're just going with the flow. They're not asking questions. And I can see how this stuff can easily be co-opted because it's just like when you download an app on your phone and you don't read the privacy.
Nobody does. Right. Yep.
Nobody.
You're right.
And they just click accept just so they can use the features. And then little do you know the app is being able to access your contacts,
absolutely.
Your pictures, your video, everything.
Absolutely. And on top of that, Litecoin Moses, we don't even bother to look at any updated terms of services. So
Exactly.
they don't have to get you on the download. It could be fully legit, clean terms of service, not selling your information, but they'll get you on the back end on update 2.x. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And then say, oh yeah, by the way, our privacy policy has been updated. You're not going to sit there and you don't have time. Who has time to do that?
Exactly.
So
and I see the same thing with, I see the same thing with crypto. Mine is my favorite one is Litecoin.
Right.
I mean, but I see it whenever I question it. It's like you said, it is like a religion. Mm-hmm. Because if I ask a question that goes against the grain, people don't like that. You know, that's when I get less comments, less likes. Mm-hmm. When I ask those questions. And this space, if you were skeptical enough from our legacy financial system to make it to this space, I don't understand why that skepticism would cease. That's what keeps this space healthy.
A lot of people came in 17. Not everybody that came in 17, but a lot of people that did come in 17 came for financial gain, not because of them, having that kind of proverbial third eye being open about our monetary system and looking for an alternative solution. So that's why. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
So It's easy for those people that had that mindset coming in, like my buddy made a couple $100,000 or $1 million. I'm going to come in. I want to speculate and make some money too. They're not even thinking about this type of stuff. So it's good that we have people in the space that are looking for these types of things and are always questioning. You got to do that, man. That's how I feel about the Lightning node. People get on me about Lightning, and
I've raised that subject also because you have. I looked up Blockstream, and they have, they've hired a lot of the Bitcoin devs,
Yeah, and they got a lot of bankers over there. So how they're positioning themselves is for profit as well. It's profiteering. So people need to just wake up, man, and just ask. It's nothing to ask and question. If at the very least, to question at the very least is something we all should do. Wow, man. So what are your thoughts going forward? Are you going to use Ledger? Or are you dropping it? Or you going to kind of look through your terms of services, all your wallets?
Well, for now, I'm not really using any of my cryptos.
Okay.
I am thinking about just making a paper wallet and just storing my crypto
Hey,
in
that's
a paper wallet.
back to the roots. No,
Right.
no spending money on $100 hardware wallet, just paper wallet. There you go.
Yeah.
Back to the roots.
Yeah.
You can create a paper
Well,
wallet
yeah,
offline. You can go, get you a brand new laptop. Get the paper
Right.
wallet
And
generated offline.
I've
and be good.
also, yeah, I've also seen. I listened to this guy's YouTube channel called The Delta Report, and he brought up how one way that these guys could control this stuff is through the wallets. If your wallet ends up not being registered or something like that at the merchant, process or something like that. I don't know how exactly they would do it, but it makes sense to me. Eventually how they could co-opt this crypto movement. But that's just what I've come to see, man.
Okay. Yeah, I hear you, man. This is very true. I agree.
And I just think a lot more people should ask more questions and do more research and stop going with the flow. That's my main thing. So.
Absolutely. And just because you ask a question or question something doesn't mean anything beyond that. You're just curious to know more information.
It doesn't mean you're spreading FUD.
No.
You're not, everybody thinks everybody's out to spread FUD. And, you can't even ask questions.
Yeah, sound like church to me.
Yep.
Religion to me, bro. All right, man. Appreciate the phone call in. Great to have you on.
All right,
and
man.
Thank you for that information, man.
Yeah, no doubt.
All right.
Love your show, man.
Yep, no doubt.
Take it easy.
Yep.
Peace.
Caller on the line. Welcome to the show. Who's calling in?
Hey, Crypto Blood. I was listening to your conversation about the Facebook coin and just fiat dollars. And my theory, I'm thinking isn't it a way, because with the Gemini dollar, I need to read up on that, but where is the value? I mean, we've talked before, and the value in a coin, of course, is Bitcoin's technology and the decentralization. It's like having baseball cards, you only have so many and the value goes up.
Yes.
And that's the goal. The goal of decentralization is because I think folks, they got Bitcoin, they have it still, and they sold it, made some fiat money, and all of us that's the system we're using. But it's this Facebook. I mean, technically I hate Facebook. I'm not even on it because it's a government kind of like Google. It just seems, where did they make their money early on? It had to have been funded for some alternative. I'm not being a conspiracy theory person here, but it's just with a coin going in with the JP Morgans and the type of system, is it a way to just push fiat money off of a central, like a fractional reserve system off of a balance sheet into a system to where they're just going to corrupt crypto? Because really your paycheck comes in digital money and it's backed by nothing. So I just the wheels start to turn on any type Facebook's going to be involved.
So do you think that Facebook, let me pose this question. Is Facebook a threat to the Federal Reserve and the whole, what they call Mandrake mechanism, the creation of money out of thin air and that whole system? Is it a threat to it, or do you think it's a actual extension of it?
It's an extension. They're working together, I believe, to
really
tell the millennial crowd and the folks that are going to be, I mean, at my age, I'll be Soylent Green to a lot of these kids, because they won't know what to do with 50 somethings and up, because we grew up in a different generation. And so money, what is money? It used to be salt, or like Voltaire said, paper money goes back to its extrinsic value, which is zero. And so you're like, what if it's got to be moved because of the dollar's reserve currency status is on the edge? What could be a better system than to roll out a cashless type I mean, we're already there anyways. I mean, rarely is anybody, I mean, you like to get cash out of the ATM, but if they work together somehow, it's not really a threat. It's a way to push maybe a lot of toxic investments into it and say it has a value, because half the time the stock market, I don't know where the value is, except for companies that have earnings.
There you go. I agree.
And,
Have you seen the, I don't know if you follow, what's my guy name? I can't think of his podcast right now. He had a gentleman on, and he wrote a book on the whole thing about equities and them literally being valueless if there wasn't a dividend attached to it. Peak Prosperity.
Because I mean,
Peak Prosperity.
Okay.
Have you heard of Peak Prosperity on YouTube?
No, let me look into that. That sounds good.
Yeah, I'll find that, and I'll maybe add it to the timeline on either on Twitter or on YouTube. But yeah, it's a good podcast with a guy. I can't remember. It's an Asian guy, and he's done all this research to really break down how a stock is worthless and why initially, if you look back at stocks back in the 1920s and 30s, they all had dividends. Every stock then paid dividends. Now, a lot of them don't, so that's a whole nother topic. But it's interesting to hear that you feel that the Facebook coin is somewhat or somehow in collusion with the Federal Reserve. Vladdy says that Facebook coin is a threat to the Federal Reserve note because it will expose people to Bitcoin. What are your thoughts about that?
Yeah. Well, in essence, it would it could cause a wake up call. You're right on folks to get in, because you stumble across stuff on YouTube all the time, and then you find out YouTube University is what I call it. Because you go on there to change your air conditioning fluid, and anybody can do it, and then you say, "Hey, here's a crypto video on Bitcoin." I remember. So I'm an accounting guy, so I had to do a marketing meeting when Bitcoin was at 926. I remember I was telling the clients I had, "Hey, you may be taking this as an income. Like somebody may say, hey, I'd like to pay you for your services in Bitcoin, and how do you handle it on the spot?" And it becomes income instantly, and then you get basis, and then you handle it on your balance sheet differently. But at that time, then it went up to $20,000 within 6 months, is what I remember. That whole people know about it, but once they see how does it interact into their life, somehow I think it is going to cause that. And that's where I kind of come up to the crossroads.
Gotcha.
And what I mean by that is it's going to cause people to see the light on decentralization, but will they jump it? What if suddenly you were told at a company, a big corporation, that you're going to get paid 401k in Facebook instead of fiat money or something? I mean, because of the system. Mm-hmm. It's like Social Security. I mean, Social Security is not, it's insolvent, but I'm hoping to get it.
Yeah, so what I'm hearing is that this Libra coin, or whatever it's called, is going to be a stable coin. So there won't be any yield from holding the coin. To me, again, man, it just sounds like a direct competitor to the Federal Reserve note. I don't know.
So in your opinion about the Gemini dollar, that's what I wanted to ask is, and that company's out of New York there, and I think those guys are hopefully going to hold their ground on stuff, and fight the battle more. And they've done a good job. The two twins that own Gemini. Is that coin the dollar? It's in other words, it's what allows it to become worth anything, because it's the technology and decentralization that puts Bitcoin at the top as the master, and then everyone else is got they're fighting to get to that. And then there's that stable coin, like you're saying, where in essence, what puts a value on something that is backed by nothing except for the full faith, or I mean, because at least the Constitution said you had to have silver or coinage to back for collateral, so that they didn't do what, I mean, the founders knew all what governments would do, because with fiat, or I should say fractional reserve stuff, they probably couldn't see, obviously, what America was going to turn into. But these perpetual wars and the stuff going on, it's like, could you imagine if they balanced their budget with the tax money they had come in? It doesn't work that way with the expenditures. It isn't like one collateral for one, like if you give me your 10-speed and I'll give you my snowblower or something for a trade.
Yeah, I mean, the Gemini bucks, they're 1-to-1 to, they're pegged to just the U.S. dollar, the federal, the U.S. Federal Reserve note. But I think this Facebook coin is going to be, I believe, I could be wrong, but a basket of either current fiat currencies or a mixture of fiat currencies and something else. But I believe it's going to be all fiat currencies, but a basket of them. So
do you think that the paper money is pretty much gone, so that it's going to go into maybe this whole start as the first phase of a move into, I mean, I'm kind of I think the cashless society is already there.
It's already there. You go ask a person today.
Yeah.
Go ask a person tomorrow, how much money do you have on you? They'll probably say less than 20, 30 bucks. Like, man, me personally, I have to keep money on me because I was scarred mentally from the blackout in 03 or what I think it was 03. I don't know where you live, but I'm on the East Coast, man. We had a blackout that one summer, and I said I vowed to never not have any cash on me. So
yeah, I've been at a convenience store where the system went down and had to get like a 2 liter of pop. I was the only guy within 10 people that had cash, and some guy I remember he was getting like a 24-ounce beer with a debit card, and it wouldn't work, so I came to the top of the line.
Man, I went 3 days, I think it was 2 days we were out on the East Coast, all the way from New York all the way down. I don't know how far down south it went, but there was a huge blackout in 03, I believe. And day 2, day 3, I'm like, man, this is crazy. I can't get gas. I can't barter with anyone because all my money is on this plastic card. So
yeah, I mean, you get those snowstorms there too, where you're probably depending on where you're at, how New York is. Do you have to bundle, or just simple stocking up just in case something happened for a week, or hurricanes or whatever? And so folks are, I kind of guess, to put a cherry on top of this whole thing, they're moving the society into the next phase of a stable coin, and it really is. Will we really truly get central or decentralization when you have the master money puppet people that are, I mean, the root of all evil is the love of money.
They're going to massage this thing in a way to where if you have Bitcoin, it's in the United States, you're going to have to get it through one of their on-ramps
to track it, better, because they're,
and if you don't get it from there, it's going to be very hard, and you're going to be targeted as a person doing illegal, illicit things. So you're going to be, you're going to get that label put on you. So it's
a good way of doing it too, if they just wanted to get serious and say, hey, let's just play ball because the public wants to, is your Fidelities and everyone that's sort of quieted down, but you just get cryptos as an investment vehicle and then just report it on your taxes, get a 1099-B, and let's just play ball that way. If they're really just pissed off because decentralization is going to kill the fractional reserve system, and if the public is educated, they'll go, hey, what the? And that's my take on it. I just think
Yeah, man, I hear you. Well, thanks for the call, man. I appreciate it. I've got another caller. I want to get to that.
All right, man. Have a good week.
Yeah, you too. 313 on the line. Detroit, stand up.
What's going? What up, Crypto Blood?
What's up, man? Got 313 caller. What's the word?
What's the word? Hey, I've been watching you probably for about the last 2 years when I started following crypto.
I should have started this. I should have started the conversation. And what up, though?
What up, dog? Where the buffs at?
Where the buffs?
Hey, no, for real. Hey, when I saw you had named one of your shows Block Party, I was like, man, he the man out here.
Oh man, you silly dog.
When you named the Block Party, I'm like, what do you know about Sada Baby? I'm like, all right, man, let me start listening now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but no, for real, dog. I appreciate all the knowledge that you've been dropped out here in the last couple of years, man. For real, from somebody that looks just like you, I appreciate it, dog, because I've been passed it forward as much as I possibly could. You know, people are hard-headed and don't want to listen.
Please do, man.
You know, but I didn't try to. For real, I got a daughter just like you. You know what I'm saying? Out here just trying to make it happen. But for real, you're a real smart, knowledgeable guy, and I appreciate it. For real.
Thank you, man. I really appreciate that. I definitely appreciate that, man. You got anything you want to talk about?
On this Binance tip. So the free fall is pretty much about to be over with. What exchange would you mess with now? Since not Coinbase though, but since we're about to get kicked out of Binance, where would you go to that has the most options for the altcoins? Because I know you love that. I know you love EOS.
Yeah.
So which exchange that got those coins? Somebody Stellar.
Well, honestly, there are a lot of wallets out there, man, that you can kind of maneuver back and forth and swap your coins right from your own wallet. Now, it does add a little more level of security risk because now you're talking about having desktop wallets. You got to make sure you have your laptop or your desktop is, kind of locked down, got updated software and all that from a firewall antivirus perspective. But as long as you try to, make sure you do very strong password, keep phrases when you're creating your wallets, that can help, and just make sure all your stuff is updated. But Atomic Wallet is what I've been telling people I like to use to swap in and out of coins. You can technically use Binance with a VPN, and you can even if so you got to make sure you VPN in from another country with your account, right? And they won't ask any questions unless you're trying to withdraw more than I think 2 Bitcoins either a day or every 2 days. I can't remember exactly.
Yeah, I've been hearing 24-hour period.
24-hour period. So technically, and I'm sure that could change with the price of Bitcoin. If Bitcoin goes to 50,000 or 20,000, they may lower that to one Bitcoin a day, but at least you're able to flow in and out. You can still use Binance, but just know at any point they may say, hey, we need KYC for all users and you got to get off.
Yeah, I'm not with the risk of playing on my money because, like, you already know where we from. So me going, look, I watched it in January. I came across Bitcoin by accident. Somebody had put me up on silver and gold. Some older guys had put me up on silver and gold. So I was following that and came across the Bitcoin the beginning of 17. So I watched it go from like 900 to 1200. I think it dropped back down to 9. It just started going up. So by the time it hit 4,000, 5,000, that's when I was like, man, I can't keep watching it. I didn't know nobody that was on it though. You know what I'm saying? Right. So it was just literally me finding out on my own and just going with my gut feeling.
Yep.
So I'm like, let me hop in it. So me hopping into it and not having nothing to hold in my hand, you already know how we are. So it's kind of just like, this seemed weird. You know what I'm saying? But now that I got into the groove and I didn't sell nothing through the bear market because I believed in, you know what I'm saying? I believed in what you were saying. I believed in what I was reading. You know what I'm saying? I believed in what I was doing. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't sell anything. So now, you know what I'm saying? I'm back up, but it's kind of just like, you need something in your hand sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like the whole wallet thing, and then it's like you said, like you got to be extra cautious with it. It's kind of like, oh man, it's scare me even more.
It does, man. When Litecoin Moses pointed that out earlier, I'm like, God, this is crazy. This is crazy, and it's gonna get worse, man. That's the thing. Like people people have they you know, I hear people, oh, the government doesn't like Bitcoin. No, you gonna know when the government doesn't like Bitcoin. They're gonna really start squeezing, like, or I should say maybe cryptocurrencies. They're gonna really start squeezing. They're starting to do that now. You're starting to see that happen now. And so you're gonna have to, you know, pick a side.
Yeah, definitely. But you can tell that when it went from just Coinbase to Coinbase custodials, like you're starting to see everything put together, and it's like they getting serious now. It's kind of like
they're getting serious.
No, it ain't no more leniency. We want to know everything you do.
Yep.
If you put capital something, we want to know it's capital, not lowercase.
Yep, I agree.
All right, so what is there any events to be going on around here that I can like run into you in and just like chop it up with you more?
Yeah, man, I'm gonna be.
I know
we got the
Detroit
Tech Week this week. I'm gonna be at those events just sporadically during the day. Just hit me on Twitter and just see where I'm at, and I'll let you know. But I'll be at a lot of the events at Detroit Tech Week this week. So
all right,
you
for sure.
available?
I'll check that out. And then I got a detail shop. I'm a vendor for one of the big rental car companies in the area. But you got to stop going to Jackstars. Stop taking the Audi to Jack. No more Jackstars. No more. You probably got salt all on your driver's side floor from the winter and stuff still on there.
No, man. I'm gonna come by.
Mark.
I'm gonna holler at you. I'm gonna come by. I need a couple wax coats on the whip, cause Jax strips the wax off your stuff, man.
It whatever it is on the house for sure. Because like I said, the knowledge you gave me, man, over the last couple of years, it has no value on it, dog.
Oh man, I appreciate it. Yeah, hit me up on Twitter if you're gonna come out this week during Tech Week. We'll link up.
For sure, I appreciate you, man.
Thanks,
Happy Father's Day.
Yes, thank you. You too.
All
right, people. I think we're gonna end for tonight. Very good show. I think personally, I like the format. Again, you guys let me know. What do you think about this new format? I'm gonna essentially curate all the good comments that I see come across my channel, either in the videos or on YouTube, on Twitter, and kind of display those for topics to discuss during the off the chain session. So you guys let me know if you like that, and make sure you guys definitely hit that thumbs up, click that bell, all that good stuff. And that's it, man. I enjoyed this. Thank you guys for participating. Happy Father's Day to everybody out there. And I'm out of here. Peace.